We love saying, I am a child of God. I am chosen. I am redeemed. And yes, say that a little louder for the people in the back. But let me flip the question real quick. Who do we say God is? Because it's real easy to shout that in church. But what about when the bank account's screaming insufficient funds, the cupboards are giving bare minimum, the bills are due yesterday, or the doctor says you might want to get your affairs in order? Do we still say, my God provides, my God heals, my God is in control? Or do we suddenly start agreeing with the world like, yeah, that's impossible. There's no way. It's over. Because here's the thing. What you say God is what you'll let him be in your situation. Some of us treat God like Google Maps. As long as the route makes sense, as long as we can see how it's going to work, we trust it. But the second God says, turn left into uncertainty with no visibility, we're like, yeah, no, recalculating. Faith isn't trusting God when it makes sense. Faith is trusting God when the math ain't mathin'. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Let's talk about Jonathan for a second, because this man was built different. Israel was outnumbered, weaponless, facing the Philistines. And Jonathan looks at his armor bearer and basically says, hey, want to go pick a fight with the enemy real quick? Excuse me, sir? Just two of them against an army. But Jonathan used something we forget when fear gets loud. Nothing can hinder the Lord from saving, whether by many or by few. Jonathan didn't say, let's see if we can do this. He said, let's see what God will do. And boom, they defeat the enemy. Panic breaks out. And then, because God likes to show off a little bit, an earthquake hits, because only God can shake the ground to back up your faith. Some of you right now are facing giants that feel huge. Debt, sickness, addiction, grief, broken relationship, situations you did not choose and cannot control. And you feel like you're drowning, like there's no way out, like this thing is bigger than you. And guess what? You're right. It is bigger than you, but it's not bigger than God. With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. The problem isn't how big is your giant. The question is, how big is your God? When we say, God is my provider, peace shows up. God is my healer, hope rises. God is my protector, fear loses its grip. God is in control, anxiety takes a seat. Not because we see the outcome, but because we know the one holding it. Faith isn't denying reality. Faith is declaring that God has the final say over reality. If you're tired, if you're scared, if you're standing in front of something that feels impossible, you don't need to know how God will do it. You just need to know who God is. Provider, healer, way maker, defender, strength, faithful, unchanging. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. The same God who shook the earth for Jonathan still moves mountains today. So yeah, say, I am who God says I am. But don't forget to ask yourself daily, who do I say God is? When the odds are stacked, the diagnosis is scary, the money is gone, and the way forward is unclear. Because when you know who God is, impossible starts looking real nervous.